Alright, so today we're going to be making a Valentine's Day dress, and I'm very excited. This is going to be the first video of the year. I kind of took January off. It wasn't really planned, but it happened, and that's okay. So this is the sketch that I did. It's not colored. I barely ever color my sketches, if I'm being completely honest. It just takes so much time, and it's just me, so why would I color them? So for that being said, we're going to be using this fabric. I've had this fabric for a while, and we are going to be doing many projects this year that are going to just be with fabric that I already own, because I have a lot of it and it needs to get used at some point in my life. So that is going to be the goal for this year, and the minor goal for right now is to finish this Valentine's Day dress before noon. It is now 9:30. I don't think that's possible, especially since my serger is broken. I don't have a serger right now, so we're going to be using my sewing machine. We're going to be using my cover stitch. So we're going to see how this goes. I did this for my Christmas outfits. If you watch those videos, I did some other techniques to finish the seams, and I used my cover stitch on the skirt that I made, and I'll link that video right here in case you want to see it. But that is the method that we are going to be using. So with that said, thank you guys all for being here. Thank you guys for watching. I'm so excited you're here. Happy New Year's, everybody. Happy belated New Year's. And let's get started on making this Valentine's Day dress. Before we jump right in, I do have a couple of little announcements to make. I launched my own brand, so if you're wanting to check that out, please check out the description below. I'll put some links there for you to look at. It's a women's and children's wear brand. I'm very excited to share it with all of you. I also have some fabric that you can buy to help support the channel if you're interested in that, or if you're wanting to just take a look to see what I got. I will also put a link down there for any textiles that you want to take a look at. I'm very excited for this year. I have a lot going on. I got engaged, so I'll be getting married this year as well, and it is just an exciting, overwhelming time, and I'm so excited to share it with all of you. So with that said, let's get started. Alright, to start this off, we are going to be draping the bodice part, and this is all that I get done today. It took me a total of about 2.5 hours to do this, but as you can see, I lined up the grain line with the going completely vertical up my mannequin, pinned it in place, and now I am pinning the pattern out. I'm going to trace it out with a pin as well, and this is really important. You want to try and use as little pins as you want, because that's how you know that the fabric is stretching properly and that it's really going to be as tight as you possibly can make it. Once you get that done, you're going to true out the lines, and this is just taking your rulers and finishing those lines. And as you do this more and more, you begin to realize what lines are straight, what lines need to be curved more. And after that, I pin it back to the mannequin to make sure I have any final adjustments. Then I cut it out and I start on the second piece. And I repeat this process all the way along the back. Here I thought that I might have a dart, and then I realized that I just wasn't pinning it properly, so I scooted the fabric up more on the shoulder, finished pinning it, and then I traced that one out as well. Yes, it is a little bit difficult to trace these, but you can feel the tape underneath the fabric, so that does help in the process. And again, it is very, very important to make sure that your grain line is going straight up and down, because this really affects the rest of the pattern. And since I'm doing this straight on the fabric, it really needs to be as perfect as possible. If you are doing this on muslin, which is a little bit easier because you can correct things and make sure everything's all right. But here you can see I did have a little bit of a mistake, and that always happens when draping. That's usually why you do this on another piece of fabric like muslin, and then you correct the pattern, and then you cut it out of the real fabric and test it. But here I do not do that because of time. Here it is also, I'm showing you that if you want to make sure you have a little bit of ease, I was pointing out the braid on the side of the mannequin. You can draw your line on either side of that mannequin to help with that ease. So here I just finished correcting it, and I did see that, look at this. I don't know how I caught this, but look at this. It is obviously too short there, and I didn't catch it, and I have to go ahead and correct it when I finish cutting out the original pieces. But it's okay, because here I do notice it, and I make a little mark on the fabric to remind myself that I do need to recut the second piece, and I am very done with myself. And then here is the fourth piece. I don't show you guys very much of this. It's the same thing, and it's just a square. So I didn't think you needed to see that, but here I use friction to keep it up on the mannequin. Ta-da! And now we're gonna go cut out and correct those other pieces. Also, as a side note, I never recommend cutting out on soft surfaces like I'm doing right here. It's pretty dumb. On to sewing it, and here I am just hemming the tops of the front and back panel pieces so that I can automatically just sew it straight to the rest of the garment without having to hem too much or make too much extra work for myself. So now we start sewing the side seams, as you can see here. Alright, so what we're going to do, we're going to use the cover stitch, same thing I did in my previous video again. I'm going to cover stitch this down on all sides. Before I do these seams, however, I am going to attach the sleeves here so that it makes just one continuous nice seam. So we're going to do these sides real quick, and then we're going to attach the back, and we're going to do the side seams. So that should be quick and easy. It's almost noon. I got the brunt of the work done, so the hard part is over. Just gotta do the sleeves and the skirt, and I'll have to do that tomorrow because I won't have time today. So let's get this sewn up real quick, and then I'll put it on the mannequin for you guys to see. I decided to try it on myself. Fits beautifully, actually. I was able to get it on without putting a zipper in it, so that's good, but it's an empire waist type dress, so it's not super snug right here. It's not tight by any means. If it was like any tighter, I definitely would need a zipper, but it went on beautifully, so all I need now is the skirt and the sleeves, and we'll have to leave that for tomorrow. So I'm just going to snap my fingers in a few seconds and it'll be tomorrow for you guys. But don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. Check out some of my other content if you are enjoying this video. So with that said, alright, it is now Saturday. We've got some stuff to do for this. We still got to do the sleeves, and then we got to add the actual skirt, and then she'll be all done. So let's get started. I don't want to waste too much time. After a long period of time, honestly I'm too embarrassed to tell you how long, I decided to do the sleeves first. I had a little bit less fabric than what I thought I did to do a circle skirt, so I decided I would judge my skirt off of how much fabric I had left after cutting out the sleeves. Then I got up real quick, knocked my camera over, had a tiny panic attack, and then I cut out the rest of the sleeves. Here you can see I'm just doing that, and now after honestly guys, I think it was a solid 2 hours I was fiddling around with this. I finally figured out the right orientation. I should have my fabric to cut out this paneled skirt. This skirt is 6 panels. The waist is 5 inches. I added another inch for seam allowance. Alright, so it took me way longer to cut those out than what I thought it would, and that's mostly because I underestimated how much fabric I had left, but that's okay. I was able to figure it out in the end. So now we're going to start on the actual finishing up the construction. It shouldn't take too long because it's not a super hard pattern what I ended up doing, but I am going to do the sleeves first. I'm going to attach those to the top, and then I'll do the skirt because the skirt will be the easiest part. So I'm going to use this elastic here, and I thought I had thinner elastic, but I can't find it. So we're going to use, and I thought I had black elastic too, so maybe I'll take a minute to look through my bag over there to see if it's in there, because I thought I had thinner black elastic. I should have thinner black elastic. But we're going to use this elastic and we're going to attach it to the sleeves first, and then we're going to finish up making the whole sleeve, and then we're going to attach it to the top, and then we're going to do the skirt. So let's do that. And a reminder, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do, and please hit that like button. I like the support. Yes, I did find my black elastic. It was hiding in the nooks and crannies of my room, so I decided to go ahead and cover stitch and hem the edges of the sleeves so that I can put in the elastic and it'll look all pretty. Measured how big around that it needed to be, cut that first one, and then I cut the second one, and then I struggled for a few minutes trying to get the elastic in the sleeves because my cover stitch was giving me a little bit of issues, but it's okay. Once I got that done, we went ahead and we sewed the sleeves together, and then we went ahead and we attached them to the top of the dress. Last but certainly not least, we attached all the panels. Firstly, I sewed all the panels together one by one, and then I went ahead and I cover stitched each of those stitches down so that it finished the edges nice and pretty. Once those were all cover stitched down, I went ahead and I attached it to the top of the dress, and then I hemmed the bottom of the skirt, and I also cover stitched around where the skirt attached to the front so that that seam would be all finished too. And everything's done. I think it turned out super cute. I'm very excited. I can't wait to wear it for Valentine's Day. Not traditional colors, but I like it. It'll be really cute in the fall too. I can put like black turtleneck or tights underneath. It would be really cute. So thank you guys all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you guys check out some of my other videos as well. Please give this video a like, subscribe, and I hope to see you guys again in the future. Have a wonderful week. Have a wonderful day. And yeah, happy Valentine's Day.